All right, I haven't showed this thing in a while. I think the last time you saw it was about that car getting uncovered, and it's been a couple months. I've got it up on a rotisserie right now. I just got done taking everything off of it, all the fuel lines, rack and pinion, all the suspension. Back when school was in session, we got some of the, we got the left hand control arms painted. We got the rear end housing all painted. And now I am going to be getting this thing all prepped up. It's just got a little surface rust on it where it's been sitting in here with the bare metal. I'll get that all buzzed down and treated, and hopefully get this thing painted before long. This is the advantage to having this rotisserie in here. I can crank this thing all the way over. But now I can get to everything and do a real nice job of painting. I will also add in here that no, this rotisserie is not mine, but it is super nice. Some of you on the channel, you'll see a buddy of mine's doing a Bandit, Smoking the Bandit car project. It belongs to him, and he let me borrow it. This thing is quite amazing. As you can see, just a few cranks and it will rotate this car right over. Super nice to have. But I just wanted to give a shout out to my buddy for letting me borrow that. Okay, back to this thing here. What I'm doing now is, this thing has some surface rust from where it's been sitting in here for a few months, just fingerprints and stuff. I am squirting it. It's just a squirt bottle I'm using, and it's going to put a it's putting a zinc coating on it. Basically, what it's doing, it's eating up the rust. It's treating it. It's etching the metal. Is basically what it's doing. It's a metal etch, metal conditioner. So you can see. Let's see. You see what that metal looks like now. Let me find some spots with some like surface rust and stuff. I'll come back and show you what this looks like in a few minutes. Okay, it's all sprayed down, letting it sit on there for a few minutes. You got to keep it wet the whole time. And I tell you what, all I'm doing is grabbing a red scuff pad here, and like, can you see that rusty palm print? Well, here's what will happen is, you're just going to take a scuff pad. It would eat it up anyway, but it'd totally take care of that. And I'll tell you what, here, see the bluing and where around the TIG weld? Now, this is pretty neat. It shows you how much it's actually etching the metal. Now, you can imagine when I wash this off, how clean that'll be. But all I'm gonna do now is do this entire frame. Like, see the scale where the metal's a different color? It will clean that scale right off and etch the metal underneath. So I would sit here and film it, but it'd be boring to watch. So just take my word for it. I'm gonna scrub the whole thing. I've already done this section. So I'll come back in just a moment. Okay, now I just squirted it down with water when I got done, which always bugs me to do that. But it puts a zinc coating on there and it keeps it from rusting. Remember the little surface rust spot that was on there? And look how pretty the welds are. I think in one of the videos, like I said, this was made by Scott's Hot Rods, and they did a beautiful job. One guy welded this thing up. Once it made it to the table, the jig table, whatever you want to call it, frame table, one guy does all the welding from start to finish. But you can see how much it cleans it up. Oop, focus there. There we go. And another thing, if you can see, this is a 2x4 mandrel bent tubing, but that's the seam where the factory welds the tubing together. You see where it's discolored all the way around. To show you how much etching it does, come around this side, you see how, you can see the seam, but all the discoloration is gone. So, and if you remember all of that slag scale, basically it was on there before, it is almost 100%, not 100% gone, but it's pretty close. Probably one more treatment and this will come off. I can take a little sandpaper and get that off. It's not really gonna hurt anything. But there's a few like streaks, and that's from what happens when I dry it off. I have a wipe. I'll show you. I have these pre-treatment wipes. They are amazing. The beauty of these is you don't have to wipe them down with water when I get done. So what I'll do is, before I paint it, I will wipe it down with those wipe-offs, and then it'll be ready to paint. Believe it or not, you can paint with regular primer right over top of this because it's etched it. So you don't need self-etching primer, but the paint that I have is direct to metal PPG chassis paint. But it's gonna look really nice. Okay, this is the metal conditioner I was using. I've been doing this stuff for years. All of these different brands do the same thing. They all leave like a zinc phosphate type coating on here. The reason why I'm using this particular one right here, no, it doesn't come with the squirt bottle, it just happens to match the thing, was I just got done doing a motorcycle gas tank, and it came with the gas tank cleaning kit, and I had a little bit left, so I just left it and did that. But all three of these do the same thing. They work great. And just in case somebody was wondering, this is what the frame's getting painted with. See the DTM on there? That stands for direct to metal chassis paint. So even without the etching, it's supposed to stick, but I never trust that. Not to mention, we wanted to get all that surface rust off of it anyway. And you see how it does leave a coating. That what you're thinking looks like rust, that's just the nature of that product. It's not rust, but then again, I also showed you those wipes that I'm going to wipe it down with, and that'll take care of any remaining potential problems. So anyway, I'm going to probably end this off right here just to keep this video really short. It's just a little update video. School starts back up in a few weeks. It may even get painted in school. We'll wait and see. Feel free to leave a comment and ask some questions. Thanks, guys.